one of the things that I admire about you, like I say, your professionalism. It is hard to trip Ebony up. I feel like you got your head on the swivel. You're very much aware of the room and the moment. And one of those moments in those rooms that I say you've always owned is the pitch meeting. And the pitch meeting, for those not in news or television, is really kind of where you can establish yourself and really set yourself up to move up within that company. And I've always been, in my mind, I have all my ideas are brilliant, but they may not translate when I try to pitch them. You, on the other hand, I've never really seen you pitch something and it not get green lit in a team meeting. So talk to us about the mastery of the pitch meeting.
That might be a little flattery, Eric. I'm sure I've had ideas that are not green lit, but I will say what I tried to remember always in this business, and when I wanted to be a journalist, when I was thinking back about it, I thought about growing up in the middle of this country as a brown girl and the stories that I didn't see, right? And the voices that were not heard, the people that were not represented on the news. And so I always try to remember that as I'm thinking about what stories I want to cover, what things matter, what people are really talking about. For example, right now, there are a few things that are on top of everybody's mind. Travel and what a mess it is, where they can go for cheap, can they get there, how expensive is it going to be? Their budgets, groceries are more expensive, rent is out of control, the cost of everything is skyrocketing, but their salaries are not. I always try to stay in tune with what people feel and think and care about. And then from there, you can make great TV out of anything, right? If you're always thinking about your viewer and what people actually are into, right? So celebrity stories are easy. You can throw a surprise on the air. But if you can really tell a story that hits at the heart of what people are feeling and going through and experiencing, they'll watch. And so that's what I try to keep in mind as I pitch stories. The other part of it is, if you don't believe in something, you can't expect your viewer or your audience of fellow producers or executive producers to believe in it either. So I try to make sure that I'm read in. I read a lot of different things, to see kind of what people are talking about, what the story actually is, what's different, what's unique about it. I mean, the gas price story has been told 8,000 times, 8,000 different ways, but what's a new way at it? Or what's a new way to compare what an average family of four that has to drive a kid to camp every day is paying for gas versus in Indiana versus in Florida versus in California? How can you do it in a different way? So that's it. Confidence, right? Even if you don't know or you don't really think it's all about how you portray it, right? If I tell you that something is really compelling and I have my facts in order and I have identified characters that we could profile and I have a passion for it, you're more likely to bite than if I'm just I don't know, maybe we should talk about, I was thinking, I saw a headline. That's not a pitch.
Right.
Thought out, we should do this story because X, Y, and Z. Ideally, we talk to someone who has X. We need an expert to say X. That's, you want to bring that level of preparedness and research with you when you're pitching.
Right. And that way your executive producer was like, well, she said it was compelling and everyone was talking about it. I don't want to be the only one that, doesn't get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Well, so the main takeaway that I get from that is, not only confidence, but being prepared. And a lot of